Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Watcher of Realms video. Guys, I want to drop 2 knowledge bombs on you today. 2 massive tips, which are going to really help you progress through this game. I've got to say, this is kind of like stuff which will help you move from like mid-game up to end-game. Things which I've massively benefited from over the last few weeks, really, of kind of my understanding of Watcher of Realms and how I can use some of the mechanics in Watcher of Realms to massively like improve my progression. So the first thing I'm going to talk about here is locked RNG. Sometimes, have you ever had that feeling of, hold on a minute, this exact run worked yesterday for me on auto, and for some reason it's not working today? What's changed? And honestly, nothing changed, apart from the way Watcher of Realms lock in RNG. I'm going to show you what I mean here. So if I hit auto fight on my artifact material raid, you're going to see here the squad I use, the way I do this. In he trots, tank goes down, start throwing my DPS out, get a shield up, and the dude goes down. Okay, so a nice, quick, clear, pretty happy with that. Let me just show you the stats. So look, 5485, 4313, 726. Let's take a quick screenshot of this. Make sure I've got that for in a second. And let's just do, so if I hit challenge again, I hit challenge again, what's happened here is my RNG is totally locked, right? So everything which just happened is going to play through in exactly the same way. The way my artifacts worked, the speed of the run, every single thing which I've just done there is going to be exactly the same. So that when we check out our stats page now, 5485, 4313, 726, bring my screenshot in, they're exactly the same numbers, yeah? It is locked. Okay, if I hit challenge, so that's challenge again. If I auto fight and go again, same thing. It's 100% locked, right? It's going to do exactly the same thing again. So those 2 buttons, challenge again and auto fight, will just basically replay the same locked RNG. What this means is you don't actually lose energy if you fail in this game. You could keep getting to a point where you get the right RNG and then hit the auto fight to go again, yeah, until you've got the right thing. If you have one fail, let's say you've got the gold raid or the experience raid, you know when sometimes just one dude escapes out the back? You definitely don't want to lock that RNG in for a long set of auto fights, okay? Let me just show you something else in terms of the lock-in. If I hit just restart midway through, same thing. It's going to replay the same RNG out. Okay, so if I'm doing the same things and I hit restart and do the same things again, it will play it out again. Same thing happened to me in Void Rift. I had one of the levels where I was like, why suddenly am I not killing this thing top left? Yeah, on one of the Void Rift levels, I was just like, replayed it so many times. I was like, I don't understand why it did work. Now it doesn't work. The way to change the RNG lock, you have to completely come out of it. Totally come out of the game mode. Oh, okay, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to check out a champion build or something, right? Oh, yeah, so check out my build. Okay, that's all fine. Right, get myself back into artifact material raid. Go into my fight. Go into my auto fight. Hit start. Now I've got a new instance of RNG, right? So what we should see here, if this plays through right, is it's going to be a similar fight. Don't get me wrong. I've got my same champions in. They're still going down at the same time. All of that stuff should be pretty damn similar. But there are now new procs, potentially, of RNG. There's new potential procs of damage that are coming out of my hits. So when we now check our stats page, see how it's changed? So now we've got, what, 5313, 4212, 1003. This time round, Lust did more damage, yeah, than some of the other ones. Zilla 2 did a bit less damage this time round. If at this moment again I hit challenge again, I still now get that new locked RNG. This could be extremely big on things like Guild Raid. It can be extremely big on, like by Guild Raid, I mean like the Guild Boss. Extremely big on things like Void Rift. Extremely big on any of the gold and experience raids. Extremely big on, I found Gear Raid 2. Amount of times I did Gear Raid 2 where one guy would get through even on my like power dominance runs. And I'm like, damn, why is it doing it? It's because I was just going back in over the same locked RNG. So you can change that, get a new RNG setup by coming completely out of the fight and then going back in. Then you get your new instance of RNG and hopefully you get some cool stuff going on with that. The second thing which I need to call out then is cost building. Okay, so there's a couple of champions in the game which are very good at building cost for you. And the further you get through the game, the more you need to throw someone in, take them out, throw someone in, take them out. And you need a lot of cost to do that effectively. There's a couple of heroes which do it really well. So we have got ourselves an epic, yes, Cyrene. So Cyrene has got an ultimate here which restores 12 cost immediately and applies crit rate. Don't worry about the crit rate. So she's going to restore 12 cost every time she does an ult. Yeah. Now she only actually costs 11 to go down, right? So you're basically giving her, you're getting 1 cost more than you put down when you do 1 ult. Imagine then you've done a second ult, a third ult, how much extra cost you can actually generate. Also, you could do 1 ult and then pick her straight back up yourself. And you've got a nice cost benefit there of gaining the extra cost for the ult in a really quick amount of time. Plus you get half of her cost back when you pick her back up. Yeah, so the best thing you could do is actually let her ult a few times if you've got a composition that allows you to do it. But it might just be someone that you throw down super early, build some cost up while there's not many enemies, get your ability to put down a whole multitude of your units down, and then you're in control of that board. Yeah. Now, you can actually take it a step further than that and link it with this kind of like RNG. Yeah. So you could put on a Lucky Legacy, which is an artifact that you can do. If you level it up some, actually gives you quite a high % chance of doubling the amount of cost that you get back. So yeah, so each time cost is restored, I've leveled this one up to what, level 4, 11% chance that I will double that cost. It's insane actually on someone like this. I mean, if it procs and then I store that RNG in for my run, suddenly I'm getting so many more units down on the board. Every time that procs and I get it through a ult where I get the double, it's the equivalent of me putting down a high level 20+ cost unit every time. So it's well worth getting yourself one of these Lucky Legacy artifacts and taking it up to a decent level, especially if you're trying to progress through content. Same can be said. This is one that I used a lot early game or early into mid game. And she's also part of my Gear Raid 2 level 21 build. And that is Na'Vi. Got the same type of thing going on. So she's got an ult, which is super cheap, 500. Yeah, super cheap. She gets 8 cost back, yeah, when she ults. So again, I think, does she have something else as well? Yeah, she's got this as well. Stores HP equal to 20% of max HP and 3 cost every 15 seconds. So she gets cost for the ult, cost for this kind of like just being on the board. And then again, you rip her off and you get your cost back. And she is equally super cheap to put down, 10 cost. So again, if you put that artifact on her, every time one of those cost regens comes in, you've got a chance to get a lot more. I guess you could, because you're putting her on and off the board a fair amount, someone like a Laurel, if you're literally just putting her down to rip her back off and give people their ults quicker, you could put that same artifact on her and try and get more cost when you rip her off the board potentially. So yeah, anyway, those two things combined, locking RNG and utilizing cost-based champions or heroes makes actually a massive, massive difference to you being able to progress through some pretty damn tough content. So look, that's going to be it for this video. Hope that helped you out. Hope you now understand some easier ways to progress. I'll catch you in the next one.